Well, it seems that I love the question because I'm just trying to wrap my head around this at the moment, in as much as it seems to me very clear that wisdom depends on what I would call perspectival skillfulness, and that the capacity to adopt skillful, helpful perspectives is a core aspect of wisdom. It's not something which has been researched in the West as yet, but there is a long history of it in some of the wisdom traditions, such as Taoism with Chuang-Tzu and Jainism, and some of the Confucian work, for example, and Buddhist. And the general principle is that wisdom seems to be related to our skill in using perspectives. And there seem to be several elements of skillful use of perspectives. One is that we're able to look at things from multiple perspectives, not just one, which is a kind of perspectival fixation, but rather we have a perspectival flexibility where we can move between one and another. Then we're able to, and that is also multi-perspectivalism, the capacity to look at things from multiple perspectives. And then another skill is to be able to integrate all those different perspectives. And that is what Gebser was referring to as the integral aperspectival. Aperspectival in the sense of not being locked into any one perspective, and integral in the sense of being able to integrate them. And there's a beautiful image that we can use here. If you think of climbing a mountain, if you get a little way up and get frozen, then you're suffering from perspectival fixation. You can only see from one position or perspective. But if you move around the mountain, then you see different views, different perspectives. And if you can integrate all those in your mind, then you've got an integral perspective. But things get really interesting when you move further up the mountain. Then you have a meta perspective. And a meta perspective is a perspective where we can look, we have a wider view, and we can also look at the perspective from which we were previously looking. And that is one of the key or core elements of maturation. So now we've developed the capacity for meta perspectives and the ability to integrate earlier perspectives. And then if we get up to the top of the mountain, then we have a 360-degree view where our meta perspective now encompasses all our previous perspectives and all the previous views. And if we look up, we see the transcendent awareness within which all perspectives arise. And in Chinese Buddhism, in Huayan Buddhism, this is called the view of totality. And the contemporary teacher, A.H. Almas, the Californian teacher, calls this, he just describes it as what allows us to lead a life of continuous discovery. So it's this total view, the capacity going even beyond Gebser's integral aperspectival to integrate all previous perspectives, to see the previous look at the previous perspectives, to integrate all the previous views, and to appreciate the pure awareness within which they're all arising and from which ultimately they're inseparable.